Hey everyone, it's Charlie here with Max Cast Fish and welcome back to the channel. This video is all about anchor systems for the Pelican Bass Trader. I was a little hesitant to put this video out just yet, just because I'm not completely satisfied with the design of the two fiberglass shallow water anchors. So it is a work in progress, so keep that in mind. But wanted to put it out there for y'all all to take a look at and kind of see. Maybe you can even give me some ideas, comment in the section below. But just know this is a work in progress. So that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. I'm actually out here on Lake Conroe. I'm going to take the boat out and get on the water. And it's a really windy day, so I'll be able to show y'all some on-water footage of these in action. But let me get it camera flipped around and start walking y'all through what I've got so far. All right, let me first go over the deep water anchor system I have on this boat. It is a product made by Anchor Wizard, and basically what this is a reel that has a clutch in it, so when you loosen it, it'll let out the anchor. And basically I decided to put it here, that way it was within reach of me when I'm up in the casting deck fishing. Really like this location, it's working out great so far. So basically once you loosen the little lever arm right here, that'll basically release the anchor that's on this line here, and you can drop it, and it'll just, once it hits the bottom, you can lock the reel back out. But what's really nice about this is when you want to go ahead and bring up the anchor, you just rotate, try to get this in shot here, and it just brings the anchor right up. So that's that. It works really good. I've used it several times, and again, this is by Anchor Wizard. All right, so now let's go over the shallow water anchors that the design that I came up with. These are two 10-foot fiberglass poles, and basically they're in a PVC pipe. And what I did different and was unique from anything else that I've seen out there, instead of just a line attached towards the bottom, I went ahead and put one towards the top. So basically now I have a rope that makes one continuous loop. And back here I have two Harken pulleys that he has one for the up and then one for the down. And basically, so if we're looking down here, the line runs through here, comes all the way up here to where I can control it with my foot or hand. For instance, so if I was to pull this, you can see that'll start to come up. The little fiberglass rod will start to come up. And so when I'm up and not using it, I can use this little lever, close that, and it locks it in place. And these, this little lever is made by Yak Attack, and you can actually buy these off of their website. I think they're like $10 a piece. Just use a little block of wood, secure that to the casting deck. Again, here's another Harken pulley, and this is just to complete the loop back around. And so altogether, for one of the shallow water anchors, I ended up using 3 Harken pulleys, and then one of these Yak Attacks, and then 2 of those little I don't know what you'd call them, little pins with the lock on it to secure the rope. But that's basically how it works. So now if I let this down, which I don't, what's nice is I can come over and I can hit it with my foot. And if I let it down, I don't want to completely let it go because it'll hit the concrete. It'll lower down. So, and just the weight of that hitting the bottom sticks and holds me in place. So, and again, I've got one on this side as well, and it works exactly the same. It's just opposite. Works, so I can come over here, I can hit this with my foot, and it drops. Kind of let it go that time, and that's it. That's how it works. And if I want to pull on this bottom one, which actually pulls up towards the top, I can actually pull this deeper into the bottom of the lake to get a better bite. So I had mentioned that this is a work in progress, which it is. Really, the only thing I want to change is back on that end. I'm happy with how this turned out and how this functions. But what I would like back here is, instead of just securing this PVC pipe with these little modified clamps, I would rather have something that that bolts on here and would also somehow rotate 90 degrees. That way, instead of having to install this, because right now I have to stand up here to secure the rope up top, and instead of having to do that, I'd like to just leave the system all together and be able to rotate this 90 degrees when I'm not using it, and then just have it lay along the side of the boat, the rod, that is the shallow water anchor. And so that's kind of what I've initially wanted to do, but just hadn't figured out how I'm going to do it yet. So I'm gonna keep at it when I have time and try to improve this, and at a minimum at least prove this right here. Use some like U-bolts or something to go into this transom here to make that a little bit stronger. But this so far has held up, and man, it's a game changer when you're in the water. So so that's what I've got so far. Let me roll in some footage that's sped up to show you me putting these on. That way you can see what I'm talking about, why I just want these things to fold over. All right, so there's an overview of the shallow water anchor and the deep water anchor modifications that I've added to the Bass Raider. I'm gonna put the boat in the water and actually give you a demo out there how it works. All right, got the boat out on the water. The wind is blowing from that direction, so it's kind of a southeast wind. And to kind of give you a reference here, let's see. I mean, it's blowing me. I'm moving right now. And certainly when a big gust comes, it moves me even quicker. So basically what I can do is I can just come over here with my foot and I release this, and I'll kind of try to do this at the same time so you see the rod go down. See it in the boat, see it, the wind's spinning me actually. So if I hit this, that rod's gonna work itself down, and there we go, I'm stuck. Right now I'm only sitting in 4.6 foot of water, so it's actually probably closer to 5.6 feet. But now, so I've got that one down, and if I want, I can come over here and give it a tug. Actually, we weren't all the way down. Okay, now we're all the way down. You can see it. Now the wind is starting to push me around. I'm starting to pivot off that. And so now, say if I want to lock in, I can probably let it push me all the way around. So now, say if I want to lock in right here, I know why that didn't go around that. Well, if that power pole's wiggling too much, it won't drop clean. Let's see if I can get this one to drop a little cleaner. A little bit cleaner. So there we go. Now I can come over here, give it a little tug, and now I'm not gonna move. I'm locked in. And what's nice is if there's a wake or anything that comes, since it's on one continuous loop, it'll just kind of move up and down in that pipe. But here man, it's blowing. But now you can see I'm locked in. I'll kind of keep it over here as a reference. I mean, you can see the reeds moving over there, how strong the wind's blowing. And I am sitting in, this is showing 5.2 feet of water. Kind of keep it here so you can see that I'm not moving. Maybe I'll do a time lapse. Pivot it around slowly. I found that I can anchor in about 6 feet of water, which is actually about 7 feet of water, because my transducer is probably about a foot and a half below the water surface. All right, so when I'm ready to raise it, this is what I do. I come down here, grab the line, raise it on up, and then once it's up, I lock it and it stays in place. I'll go ahead and raise this side. I can see that. And there you go. So now that I've got them both up, you'll see how quickly I'll start moving. Already happening. So now I'll go ahead and drop this, and you can watch this. Let's do this. Drop that down, Then once you drop it down, you can let out some line, get a little bit farther away from it. Now I'll lock it off. That's it. You can already feel it grabbing the bottom. Of course, now I'll tend to pivot a little bit more with this, but at least it's going to hold me in place. So now I'm stopped. Just in that short amount of time, I already made it that close to the dock. But now I'm locked in. Of course, I don't really need it, and you know, it's only 3.7 foot of water here, but you get the idea. If I was in deeper water, it's going to hold me up. So now if I want to raise it up, just do this. Let's go down. So now if I want to raise it up, I just come over here and wind it up. There you go. All right, there you have it. Those are the anchor modifications that I made to the Bass Raider. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope y'all got something out of it. Maybe gave y'all some inspiration to do something like this for y'all's boat. If you have any suggestions, ideas, comments, I welcome those. And if y'all like the video, I'd appreciate y'all hitting the thumbs up button. And also, if you're new to the channel, you know, I do fishing videos and modifications to this Bass Raider. So if y'all like that kind of thing, I'd appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel. So we'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks.